You are now in tune with
Mamba Radio. Hey, yo, big bro, you fucking with that? Ha, okay, cool. That's my fucking brother right there. You dig? Dexter. Ooh, wait. Pick it up, groove. Baby girl, watch how you move. I got them vests on my shoes. I'll pop up, put it, I lose. Wait, speed it up. Look at the diamonds, they eat it up. Got me 2 bitches, I eat it up. They thinking I'm wife and deleting them. Oh, wait. Ooh, pints in, call up rocket. My brother put like a socket. Ooh, kicking this door, yeah, I got him. Open the safe, you can't lock it. Ooh, sipping that walk, yeah, I go to the top. Bustin' your bitch like a Glock. Ooh, she like to suck on my clock. Ooh, I get the money, don't stop. Dexter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you like this beat too, but you a fucking goofy though. Oh wait, word around town. I heard this boy was a clown. Ooh, swim in your bitch, watch her drown. Ooh, call him my plug for the pounds. Wait, our future years right on my clothes. Bad bitch, yeah, watch you do coke. Broken cell, used to sleep on the floor. I never do it no more. Ooh, telling you broke is no joke. Ooh, I used to kick in that dope. Wait, now I'm selling out the shows. While I'm all rich, Finny right on my clothes. Hold on, little mama, you tweaking. A bad bitch, Puerto Rican. Get her out, Molly, she geeking. Call me a free every shit for the weekend. Dexter. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. We only can chill for the weekend. You gotta go.
I'm one of the prettiest motherfuckers that ever been to
Dexter.
Order V long, color orange mango label, rotary phone. In my old school Mercedes, smoke OG grown. When I'm Californicating, I got 3 phones, business, conversation, and relation. Hold up, wait a sec, wait a minute, wait a tick. Jake on my wrist, nothing was fake on my wrist. 4-finger ring on my hand, say what you say to my wrist. Talk to the hand, don't want the results of the hands. What the face say to the fist.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Ha, funny as shit. I fell for the tab, suck on the ticks. Go back to the pad, watch Lexus live on the flicks.
Speed it up, just in the track, then I beat it. Acne my jacket from Sweden. My chick don't exactly know English. They ain't about that accent or beefing. I might as well go back to vegan. My shit might go platinum for sweet. Play the shit back and repeat it. Word around, word of mouth, word around town. You the one doing all the murder around town. Pulling up, shooting, leave the bird downtown. Shooting like the birdie cause they all fly south. Whipping the wrist. I'm fucking your bitch and I'm bumping your fridge. I only tell stories to tuck in the kids. So how in the fucking they fuck with the kid? Funny as shit. Was missing a bit, I'm back in my bag. Back to the pad, watch this and slap on the flicks.
Alright, what up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into BM690 Brown Mamba Radio. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jackson, and coming at you guys live from Studio 69. What you guys just heard was Pick It Up, ooh, by Famous Dex and ASAP Rocky. And happy Aloha Friday to all you guys out there. Hope you guys all made it a great week. And even if it, that wasn't the case, hope you guys can make up for it this weekend. Now, like I promised you guys earlier this week, if you guys tuned in, later on this episode, I'm going to go over part 2 of my convo with my good friend, old friend, Jordan. The first one, if you haven't listened to it, was how my buddy Jordan fought in the effort against the Creek Fire, which was the fire burning here in the Southern California area out in the Sylmar part of Los Angeles. So we talked about that for about a good 30 minutes. So if you want to hear how that went, make sure you guys tune into episode 49 from earlier this week. But yeah, our second half of our convo is going to happen a little bit later. But first, I'm going to give my little 2 cents on what happened during this week. And before I get into the sports and all that stuff like I normally do, chances are, or 100%, the chances are you guys are listening to me give you this broadcast on the internet. And something very, very important happened the other day. The FCC ruled to repeal net neutrality. Now, I know a lot of you guys saw this stuff, people saying to text a certain number or whatever and stuff like that, or, they're saying, stop, don't let them repeal net neutrality. And, a lot of you were just kind of, whoa, whatever and stuff like that. But you should not be, because this affects you, especially if you are an avid internet user like myself and like a lot of you are. So like I said, the FCC voted to repeal this net neutrality, and unless Congress votes against it, what net neutrality does is it protects the small. Essentially, what it does is it keeps the internet at a level playing field for everybody, and if the FCC follows through with repealing net neutrality, then we could lose equality on the internet, and it would give the big telecom companies or internet service providers like Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, etc., and those places where you get your internet from, it'll give them the ability to slow down or even block the broadband or internet speed for smaller sites in favor of bigger sites, like Google, Amazon, all those big names like that, aka the big sites who have the most money. And we could be in big trouble if this gets through, because like I said, it'll no longer be an even playing field, and it just goes to the highest bidder, and we'll lose a lot of freedoms that we should have on the internet. It's just the internet, it just kind of is there. It's ours, and like I said, we can't let the big corporations get a hold of that too. So, like I mentioned before, there's that number you can text. I strongly urge all of you guys to text RESIST to 50409, and or call or email or do whatever you have to do to get in contact with your Congress representative to let them know that this is fucking bullshit, and just let your voice be heard and really take this shit seriously, man, because like I said, the internet is ours, and it's everybody's, not the big money companies and all that stuff like that. So please do what you can to keep net neutrality, and don't let the FCC and don't let Congress pass this. All right, make sure that you let your voice be heard. We're already taking big steps in letting our voices be heard, that we're not going to take any more of this dumb bullshit, which is something I'll get to later. So please text RESIST to 50409. Or like I said, get in contact with your Congress representatives in any way that you can to stop the FCC from repealing net neutrality. All right, now back to our regular scheduled programming. Starting off with sports, just touching on a couple games we had yesterday. Thursday night football game was last night, and I'll be honest, I did not watch a second of this game, but the Broncos did win 25-13 over the Colts, and what like I said, just saying Broncos versus Colts at any point is horrible. And then again, it's on a Thursday night. Things are extra weird and stuff like that. So like I said, I did not watch a single second of this game, but I saw that CJ Anderson did well just because I have him on my fantasy team. So that's cool. However, even though it's only it's on my fantasy team, that's, has no playoff implications, whatever. Moving on. And then Lakers Cavs was last night, and even though, it was a tough fought game, but, the Lakers didn't end up getting the W. They lost a 121-112 on the road. Excuse me. They didn't actually play that bad. They were, neck and neck with the Cavs the whole time, but, ultimately turnovers just killed them. And, it's just one of those things where, I think Calderon got hot and he was hitting a bunch of threes. LeBron James did his thing, had a triple-double, helping my fantasy team. So shout out to LeBron for that. Thank you. Kevin Love had a big game. And, and that's not to say that, there was, even the Lakers themselves had some big players or big games from some key players. Ingram did really well, 26 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds in 40 minutes. He played a ton of minutes in that game. Well, like I said, he had the hot hands to keep him in. And also had big games from Josh Hart, had himself a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds. I think he was starting in place of KCP, who's got who missed the game due to some personal issues, I believe. So hopefully whatever that is, you can work those out. But yeah, and also from Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma. Ball had himself a double-double, flirted with a triple-double. Only had 8 rebounds, but also had 11 assists and 13 points. And then Kuz 20 points and 7 rebounds. So, like I said, it was a tough loss, but like I said, just they were in it the whole time. And whatever was said between LeBron and Lonzo at the end of that game, I guess it's just going to stay between them. And looks like that's going to be the new Rosebud. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out what was said between LeBron and Lonzo there. So that's how those games went. No, this is not a joke. We had some baseball news in December of all times. Not even before pitchers and catchers reported, but we had 2 huge free agent moves. I guess technically not free agent moves. We had 2 huge moves from 2 huge players, both literally and metaphorically. First with Giancarlo Stanton getting traded to the New York Yankees from the Miami Marlins for essentially peanuts. You know what I mean? Nothing against Starlin Castro, but I mean he got traded to the Yankees for freaking peanuts. All the Yanks gave up was Starlin Castro and 2 minor leaguers who, I don't even know. I think it was like one's an infielder and one's a pitcher, but it's like, come on. For freaking Giancarlo Stanton, one of the guy who, the NL MVP, who had the most home runs this year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And come on, like, Jeets. That just shows you right there that Jeets is still the Yankees' most valuable player. But man, yeah, Giancarlo Stanton on the Yankees. I mean, talk about a fucking murderer's row with Stanton, Judge, and Sanchez. And you put that in any order, and that's trouble. And I mean, I'm telling you, that's going to make for some, definitely more people are going to be tuning into the Yankee games just to see what those guys can do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Giancarlo Stanton is officially a Yankee, and the hottest free agent, I guess you could say, from the international circuit, the young Japanese prospect Shohei Ohtani signed with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of all teams, in a shocking decision that I'm pretty sure nobody saw coming. Everyone thought he was going to go to like a bigger market team, like like the Dodgers or even the Yankees, or maybe like the Mariners, or it's just a bigger name team, and just no one saw. I guarantee you, no one saw this coming. But the more I thought about it, I think it's just because I haven't seen it confirmed anywhere or anything, but I think it's just because most of these teams probably, when they talked to him, wanted him to be either a pitcher or an outfielder or a position player. And if I'm the Angels, or if I think what happened was the Angels said, listen, we'll let you do whatever you want. You can pitch if you want, you can hit if you want, you can play outfield if you want, you can do whatever. So, I mean, I'm assuming that might be a big thing. Who knows? He could also just be a huge fan of Disneyland. I don't know. But for now, as of now, Shohei Ohtani is an Angel. But who knows who knows even when he's going to be able to play, because it turns out that he's got a partially torn UCL. And for all of you out there, that is the ulnar cruciate ligament, or the ligament in the elbow that gets injured and leads to Tommy John surgery. And we all know how good that goes over well with players and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a bunch of controversy going on as far as like maybe like a team was like tampering and leaked that information out and this and that, or some teams were hiding it from other teams, and yeah, so now it's just a big thing, and it's just a big mess. And like I said, I'll just have to wait and see how things go. It's not confirmed whether or not this is even a real injury, or whether or not he's going to need Tommy John or anything like that. So like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see. So yeah, moving on from baseball, back to basketball. The 2 younger Ball brothers, LiAngelo and LaMelo, both, made headlines when it was said that their dad, LeVar, pulled them both out of their schools, or first with LaMelo taken out of Chino Hills, and more recently with LiAngelo after his whole shoplifting incident in China, which is still stupid. Even though I'm about to say what I'm about to say about what happened next, I still believe it's stupid. I still believe it's dumb. But I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know. He got off. They didn't get in trouble. I don't know how it happened, but that's just the way it went. So they're not in trouble now, I guess. You can question their morals at all and all that stuff, but whatever. We're not here for any of that, because I mean, how smart were you when you were 17 or 18 years old? You know what I mean? So not everybody is freaking, the most morally, their moral compass wasn't as straight as possible or anything like that. So like I said, I'm not here to judge them, as like I said, all I'll say is that it's stupid, and it's still stupid. But both of the younger Ball brothers signed with the Lithuanian professional basketball team. Sorry for all my Lithuanian fans out there. Prinu Vytautas. I hope I said that right. They signed with the Lithuanian team Prinu Vytautas. They both signed 1-year deals to go play professional basketball in Lithuania. Now, I know what you guys are thinking out there. They sound like, oh, what the heck is blah, blah, blah. They're going to have a bunch of stuff. But look at it this way. Big baller brand is going worldwide, baby. And, you can say what you want, think what you want. And listen, nobody has been more critical of LeVar Ball and all the stuff that he's done, in the past year than I have been. You can go back and listen to older episodes. I've talked with other guys about it on this show. And I highly suggest you do that. But recently my whole opinion on has changed, and you just look, just to kind of just let you know where my head's at now with this. Yeah, he's brash, and yeah, he's doing the whole Stephen A. Smith, first take mentality, where it's like the loudest guy in the room, whatever kind of gets the most attention and all that stuff. But this guy is he's toned it down a bit. He acts a little brash, says some funny stuff, or says some crazy stuff every now and then. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't hurt anybody, which is fine. As long as he's not hurting anybody. Go ahead, by all means, do whatever you want. You don't have to like it. Just don't hurt anybody. And, if you really think about it, what LeVar Ball has done with his kids, you can say he's exploiting it all you want. But he's, his kids are getting a fair share of all this publicity and stuff too. Everything's going to them, or like they're all splitting it equally and sharing it. He's not like doing what Michael Jackson's parents did, or what other celebrities' parents have done. He's sharing the wealth with his kids and his family, and he's just being a proud dad. And what he's done as a minority African American person of color, he turned himself into an entrepreneur, built a brand that is competing with the big sneaker companies like Nike and Reebok and Adidas and Under Armour, and he is competing with them, and he is getting people on board with buying this. An independent entrepreneur, coming from a person of color. And if you can't support that, that's a you problem. How many people can say that? And I started to think about that afterwards, and then Jay-Z went out and publicly said that I'm gonna support, because for those same exact reasons. So like I said, just think about the whole thing first before you just pigeonhole on one thing. Think about the whole spectrum, and while you're thinking about the whole spectrum, think about the opportunity that LiAngelo and LaMelo are gonna get playing in Lithuania. They're about to live abroad, so they're getting life skills. Going out of the country, going out of the state, going out of the country, playing professional basketball. Sure, it's in Lithuania, but they're playing against adults. They're playing against professional competition against other adults and other professionals. So they're going to get some better experience. Taking a page out of the Brandon Jennings book. When he didn't go to Arizona out of high school, he went to go play in Greece, if I'm not mistaken. And that's only going to help improve your game. Play against the top competition. As a kid, you always want to play against adults because you want to play up. You don't ever want to play down. You want to play up. Even if it is the Lithuanian Professional Basketball League. Like I said, they're still professionals. And most importantly, they're going to get paid. These are young men going to get paid. And, like I said, it seems that, as brash and as crazy and as whatever LeVar has done, it seems to just be a character because, Lonzo doesn't get in trouble or anything, hasn't gotten in trouble yet off the court, and it doesn't seem like he's going to. But, and it seems like those guys, LiAngelo made a mistake, and hopefully he doesn't do it again. And, LaMelo hasn't done anything yet. So, like I said, hopefully they'll be smart with the money. They're going to get money. I'm sure they're going to invest it into the Big Baller brand. They're going to invest into other things and try to do some more, try to build their own brands and stuff like that. I mean, come on. It's a win-win-win-win-win situation for these guys for doing this, So, like I said, I think I went on long enough about that. But yeah, so, the LiAngelo and LaMelo are officially professional basketball players. All the Ball brothers are officially basketball players. And like I said, Big Baller brand is going worldwide, baby. So we'll have to see how they do. And taking a turn from sports, a little glimmer of hope in such a dark, dark time, it seems like, for our country, as Alabama, probably the reddest of all red states in America, elected Doug Jones, a Democrat, into the Senate. Now, I understand that it's more than likely a majority of the voters in Alabama voted for Doug Jones because it's not Roy Moore, who, fuck that guy, by the way, which in most situations it wouldn't be good. You don't want to say, oh, I'm only going to vote for him because I don't want that person in office. Most of the time, that's not the best type of strategy. But this instance, I'm pretty sure, most rational people agree that that's the right move. And, now that Doug Jones is in office, and like I said, I'm not saying everyone's like this, but I'm sure a majority of people in Alabama voted for Doug Jones, like I said, just because he's not Roy Moore. Now, I think let's all try and learn his policies and stuff like that and see what he stands for. He's a Democrat, so you can probably figure it out. But look, the other stuff that he stands for. And I'm just saying this to, other listeners in other states and stuff like that. Use this as time, as an opportunity to learn from this and take that and, knowledge is power, and learn about your state's congressmen or senators or potential senators and people who are running for, public office that are going to represent you and your state. Alabama didn't want Roy Moore, a known bigot and all around not nice guy, to be the representative anymore. They were tired of it. I mean, it took some pretty extreme situations, but hey, sometimes that's what it calls for. So, like I said, I live in California. I'm definitely going to be trying to do my homework to become a better citizen so that I know who is representing me. It's going to start small in my city. Hopefully it'll grow into my county. And then from there I can grow into my greater region or whatever, and then to my state, and so on and so forth. And like I said, I'm encouraging you guys to do that because, like I said before, knowledge is power. And, it goes a long way. And like I said, if Donald Trump in office has one positive thing come out of it, it's that it encourages young voters to take this seriously, because now we are all growing up and becoming the adults that are going to help shape where this country goes. And it's going to become our responsibility to, make educated guesses and not vote based on like memes and, shit like that, and not rely on our parents to make these votes and do that stuff, because we're the ones who are going to be the adults now, or we're the adults now. So, like I said, knowledge is power. Get out there and learn about your own local government, and then eventually branch that off into, more bigger government. So that was what happened in Alabama. Again, a glimmer of hope. Some other news speaking of like big media stuff like that, like I mentioned earlier with the FCC and stuff like that, Disney has bought a large share. Not like share like as in like stock shares, but I mean a large share of 21st Century Fox from Rupert Murdoch. $52 billion. Yes, that's a billion with a B dollars worth of mainly like property and assets and stuff like that. It's for those of you who don't know, Disney is actually, you might have noticed on Netflix that, there's less and less, Disney affiliated content on Netflix, and that's because Disney is actually trying to start their own streaming service where they have all the stuff that's on their platform. That includes everything from obviously Disney Channel, that's everything on ABC, that's ESPN, everything. So everything will try to be on this new Disney streaming service. I don't know what it's gonna be called, but it's definitely coming down the chute. So Disney bought a lot of this stuff from Fox, I'm assuming, and most the general consensus is that it wants a lot of its property and its content, not just Fox's own standalone content, but they own a lot of stuff that helps or ties into stuff that they already have. Most notably, a lot of some of the Marvel stuff that Fox owns. They own X-Men, they own Deadpool. I forget what else they own. A few more things like that are related to the Marvel universe. So that way now they can, as we all know, everyone loves Marvel and stuff like that, the Avengers and all that, and Guardians of the Galaxy and all these different things coming down the chute with, the Avengers and the Infinity Gauntlet and how that's going to go. And if you're a follower of the comic books, or if you just do a little research and stuff like that, you know that the X-Men also play a big part in the Avengers or the storyline that the Avengers movies are following. So, Disney, like I said, it's a hefty price to pay, but, they're definitely getting their money. They're probably going to get their money's worth. And so, like I said, they're going to get some other stuff that they're going to get from this. They're going to get a lot of, like I said, along with, a lot of the Marvel stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that Fox owns like some Star Wars stuff too, so they're going to be able to get access to some Star Wars stuff. I believe they own like the rights to episode 1 or episode 4, so A New Hope. They're also going to get a whole bunch of their movie library. A lot of big movies, most like very like top grossing movies are from Fox. I have the list in front of me. Like they're going to get Avatar, Titanic. What else is on stuff like that? So they're gonna get big movies. They're gonna get a lot of TV shows. If I'm not mistaken, they're gonna get The Simpsons. Yes, The Simpsons. They're gonna get This Is Us. They're gonna get Modern Family. They're gonna get American Horror Story. They're gonna get Homeland. These are huge properties that now Disney owns. And like I said, they're probably gonna be putting them on their platform. And not only are they getting like television content like that, they're owning a lot of Fox Sports as well. So they're going to get access to all the Fox Sports channels. Now, I believe it's for FS1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find it. I have it somewhere. No, not FS1, but they have access to all the regional channels that Fox has. So, like if you live here in the LA area, you know that the Clippers play on Fox Sports West, I believe. I believe it's still Fox Sports West. So the ESPN or Disney now owns that, and like I said, for all the other regional Fox Sports networks, they also own Sky Sports, which is for all my British family out there. Sky Sports is like the Fox affiliate over there. So they have, and then just a bunch more. So this is all probably going to function under the ESPN umbrella. So like I said, big news for media and entertainment as we know it. Again, Disney bought Fox bought a lot of the Fox entertainment library. I believe it was earlier this week. And like I said, I hate to finish on a very sad note like this, or not really sad, but a shitty note like this. But there's more sexual harassment and abuse and assault allegations against top or very popular public figures that are mainly men or only men actually. There's more that have come out against Dustin Hoffman. More women are coming out saying that he's done stuff to them. And now there's multiple rape allegations against Russell Simmons. The Run in Run DMC, the brother of Run and Run DMC. Really key player and founder of Def Jam. For our island music, all the Def Jam stuff is with under Russell Simmons, so it's tough. In one of my previous episodes, I talked about how it's tough to separate the art from the artist, or it's now becoming harder and harder to separate the art from your artist with all these stuff going on, because these are all people who are, these are all people being accused. People being accused are all people who a lot of people find influential. We're talking Dustin Hoffman, one of the greatest American actors of the 20th century or the 21st century. And Russell Simmons, arguably one of the most important people in American music. And over the last, and in hip hop. One of the founding fathers of hip hop. And then also I have in my notes, the Super Size Me guy, whatever his name is, he also admitted to it on some Twitter post or something. He said I did this stuff, I need help and stuff like that. And I believe it was shout out to the Podfather Bill Simmons. He said it's only a matter of time now until it starts to trickle into the sports world, and it slowly has. The first, if I'm not mistaken, was Warren Moon, or the first was, there's been other big ones, obviously, but the first one in this recent, striking while the iron's hot, Warren Moon was sued or in a lawsuit for it. For those of you who don't know, Warren Moon was a famous one of the first black athletic quarterbacks, and he was around in the 80s and stuff, and most notably came from the CFL, if I'm not mistaken. Warren Moon is in trouble, got suspended, and then there's this huge lawsuit put on by a former Fox Sports employee, NFL Network employee. Sorry, but they all operate, I believe, under the same area. But anyway, a huge lawsuit, like I said, from NFL Network that saw a number of their number of current and former on-air personalities were named in this sexual harassment and abuse allegation and lawsuit. Most notably, big names like Warren Sapp, who is no stranger to controversy as long as the sexual harassment stuff goes. Warren Sapp. Marshall Falk, a beloved guy, Marshall Falk, Heath Evans, Donovan McNabb, Ike Taylor, Eric Davis. These guys are all just, Hall of Fame. Some of them aren't in Hall of Fame yet, but arguably Hall of Famers. These are all just, guys I grew up watching personally, and it hurts, But at the same time, you got these guys, man. It's I don't know when it's going to end, and it's probably not going to end because, like I said, I mentioned it before. I'm not going to go into it now, but just it's all catching up to guys now. Finally, all these years of abusing their power, throwing it around and doing what they feel whatever they want with, and they feel they're untouchable. And another guy named in that lawsuit was Eric Weinberger, who is not an athlete. However, he is an important media behind-the-scenes figure. Most notably, he was around, helped start NFL Network in the early days. Started NFL Network, and then most notably, he's now with The Ringer, and he's the president of The Ringer and the Bill Simmons Media Group. Like I said, he's been suspended and stuff like that, and it's like I said, it's tough. It's really, really, really tough as a fan of these people, professionally. But at the same time, you can't also say fuck these guys personally in their personal life, And I think it's pretty safe to say that men are officially canceled in 2017. It's just men, like I said, we're fucking canceled, man. 2017 was a rough year for men, and deservedly so. Don't get that twisted. Deservedly so. a tough year for men. So man, let's take 2018 to educate ourselves and collect ourselves and change ourselves, so that way we can become better men going forward, so we can set the example for our future and just say that, we're not gonna, continue these horrible habits and this horrible behavior, and like I said, and improve on it and just get better for everyone's sake. So on the topic of men being canceled in 2017, and in order for me to move on, because I feel like I've gone on for quite a while now, we're gonna listen to some Solange. I feel it's only right to listen to some Solange, a real queen, a real boss, a boss lady, And we're gonna play one of my favorite songs by her. This is "Locked in Closets," again by the queen, the boss, Solange.
Just a girl, I felt just so alone. Let myself in closets, thinking if I was the only one. Dim light shining on my room, locked up in this old cocoon. Look at me, I'm just a girl, still feeling so alone. Looking at myself, thinking that's how come easy go. Street light shining on my room, locked up in this old cocoon. Just a girl, I wore 1,000 lives, in and out of search for the thing that makes me feel alright. 10 black moments in my room, diamond gems from the womb. And now I'm just a girl living in the satellite, taking what I need from this town and getting down at night. Street light shining in my room, get to take out his sounds up soon.
Alright, again, that was Locked in Closets by Solange. And as promised, you guys are going to now hear the second part of the conversation I had with my good buddy Jordan. I hadn't seen this guy in a while, and we just, after our initial conversation talking about his experience fighting the fires up there in the Creek Fire, we just talked about a bunch of random stuff for about a half hour or so, shooting the shit, a few beers deep and stuff like that, just talking random stuff. So again, this is part 2 of my conversation with my buddy, Jordan Cajiao. What else did you want to talk about, my man? Anything else you want to just...
We can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever you want to talk about, man. I haven't seen you in forever.
I know, yeah, same thing. And then, what were we up to before? Like anything, getting into any shenanigans?
Oh, no, man. Just working.
Oh, you said you wanted to school me on The Walking Dead.
Oh,
because I've never seen it. I don't
This
care. I don't care
dude's
to watch it.
I've never seen The Walking Dead.
I don't care to watch it. People always try to tell me stuff about it. People always try to tell me, I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit about that zombie stuff. And then they're like, it's not about zombie stuff. It's about
It's seriously not.
survival
It's
and
not
blah blah
about
blah. I'm
zombies.
like, well, either way, it's not very entertaining to me. But yeah, try to sell me.
I
on
mean,
the-
so
on
all
that.
right, so we're just gonna do this whole 180 on this podcast.
Yeah.
See, I said
Out of nowhere.
I said 180
Because it's
I'm
not
smart.
360.
Because I was gonna do a complete 360 and turn my life around. But oh man, this guy's never seen The Walking Dead. I mean, obviously, you have Rick Grimes, you have zombies, you have Coral. It's just, I mean, all right. I'm gonna finesse this with you.
All right.
Basically, what we just talked about on this previous thing is the resiliency of humans.
Damn it! I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
And just how strangers are helping strangers. Obviously, I mean, like, all right, I'm going to go back to the fires. We had to have a huge PD presence because people were going in and looting people's houses that were evacuated. So, obviously, I mean...
Side note, fuck those people.
Off the cuff, I'm not saying it.
Yeah, side note, fuck those people if you're looting people in those...
Yeah.
Taking advantage of people in dire straits.
But yeah,
So,
I mean, all your listeners out there can also be like, well, yeah, The Walking Dead's fucking awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, seriously. I mean, how can you not? It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. I know you. I know you got time.
I do have time.
I know you
plenty
got
of
time. I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
you can sit there and watch like WrestleMania clips from 2003, Rock versus Stone Cold Steve
man.
Austin,
Yeah.
and
Hey, man.
on YouTube all the time you want. But I mean, at least take like 45 minutes of your day to watch an episode.
Yeah, and then I know I'm exaggerating, but I can't remember who said it. But someone was like, because I tried to watch it, my brother tried to get me into it, and he was like,
Shout out to Penzilla.
yeah, shout out to Spenzilla. This guy was like, he's like, come on, there's like every Walking Dead season for like the last 4 seasons has been like, the first episode is riveting because they get to the new area, they find more zombies, and then they gotta kill the zombies, but then it's just them walking through and killing more zombies for like 6-7 episodes, and then the last one is high stress and intensity or high drama because then they're like, we're about to leave this new place, and there's it reaches the climax, and then it cliff hangs you, and then they're like, so he's like, it's the same formula for like 4 seasons, and I'm like, that's kind of the gist I got when I watched a couple of them.
All right. So what show do you watch then, dude?
What do I watch?
What show do you like scripted show?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is
You
tight.
watch Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is tight.
You've already finished the second season?
Yeah, so I watched it all in one night.
Well, shit, I haven't finished the second season, but I mean,
Oh,
like,
watch it, man.
I'm gonna watch it,
Yeah.
believe me. But
Yeah.
I finished the first season. I mean, so like, I can only assume that the second season is almost
Yeah.
like the same thing that you just described for The
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
I bet. Maybe, like I said, it's all subjective, but I
All
don't know.
right. Well, scratch Stranger Things. What other shows? Come on.
Other shows? I don't really watch a lot of TV.
You don't watch a lot of TV? How are you running a podcast talking about pop culture and stuff and you don't watch no TV?
Oh, I mean, I watch some, but I mean, I just want to talk about TV. I just talk about music and movies,
Oh,
man. I don't
music,
talk about TV
music,
because a lot of TV, I don't know. To me, is like look.
I mean,
okay, we don't watch Game of Thrones.
I mean, it's put us on blast.
Yeah, but I don't care. I've said it a bunch of times.
I'm Jon Snow. I'm a bastard.
And I don't care. Like I talked to a bunch of people. I was like, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't care. Like
All right, well,
I know it's popular and all that stuff, but it's like
then let me put it in like music terms.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
all right. So like the way you just described Walking Dead, like
Yeah.
oh, okay, first 4 episodes, like
Yeah.
new place, fucking awesome. Oh, that's a whole new world.
Yeah.
And then you just fucking go out, and then it's like oh zombies, just fucking
yeah,
crush those
yeah.
gnats, and then it's like oh here comes the bad guy. He's trying to ruin stuff. Like I want to fuck you guys up because I hate you, and then it's like oh let's kill the bad guy. Now we gotta move on. Fucking it's music, dude.
I guess
Someone releases a new
yeah.
album, you're like, this shit's dope, and you get 4 songs in, you go like, all right, well, number 6 on the track is all right, I guess.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna win no Grammy for
Yeah.
it. And then you listen to the rest of the song, you go, that's dope. And then they start teasing the next album, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
hey, sick beats, and then
Yeah.
you get over it. I mean, but music's different because music makes you feel something. You can always listen to it.
Yeah.
And then, you get hyped. But, I mean, shout out to everyone that's watched, like, The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was tight.
Sons of Anarchy.
I don't watch Sons of Anarchy.
Get on it.
All right. I heard it was tight, though.
All that stuff that you all watched it when it was on TV because I'm tired of all these binge watchers sitting there bitching and moaning because, I watched season 7 all through one night and I can't wait to watch season 8. It's like, fuck you. You don't even know what it's like to wait a whole week to see an episode.
That's the only thing that I thought was cool about Game of Thrones and, like, Walking. That's the only thing I think that's cool about that stuff.
You wait a week.
Is that you have to wait.
Like,
so, because it's like, that's what, as far as, like, analyzing from an outsider's perspective, like, I don't really care much about the show itself, but I care about or I think it's cool about the, I guess the spectacle and then the craziness it creates outside of it.
Well,
like
obviously.
I said, that's the thing. I think Stranger Things was cool how they released it in all at once.
Yeah.
But like it was super poppin' for like maybe a week and a half, and then it fell off.
Oh yeah, I just
But
watched Stranger Things the first season like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it just falls off and like and then you just crash really hard. It's like a really high sugar rush, and then boom, you crash super hard because then no one talks about it. But then with like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, you get as far as like someone who is a content creator or anything like that, you have to wait a week. So then you build the tension throughout a whole week, and then it's just a whole another week of content that you can spread out over and over again.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's like a whole week at the wait. And then plus it kind of gives not like an element of nostalgia to it, but like that's how it used to be because everything gets released all at once on like Amazon, Hulu, and Netflix.
That's all the stuff.
It just feels old school.
I mean, like I said, I just came home last night. I watched half of the Walking Dead season finale. Mid-season finale because we gotta wait till February to watch the rest of the season finale.
I don't know,
but I literally had to ignore social media today. Yeah. I mean, I saw things like, "Oh my god, this is what happened on this mid-season finale." I'm like, nope, can't look at it. I watched half of it. Don't even remember what happened for the half of it. I gotta watch it probably tomorrow. I'm probably gonna sit here in my underwear on my couch, which we're sitting on right now, on the fabulous Casa de Jordan.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just, everything like you're saying, like pop culture. It just sweeps people up, and it causes an uproar. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the flames are fanned by social media. Mm-hmm. Everyone just wants to be included. I mean, part of me wants to watch Game of Thrones just because I'm sick and tired of everyone saying like, "You haven't fucking watched Game of Thrones? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, fine, I'll fucking watch it. That's the only reason why I know. I'm Jon Snow. I'm a bastard.
Yeah, I don't know any of that.
That's all I know.
I don't know any of that. But like, who cares? The thing is, just, I mean, I'm notorious for it. It's like when I say something, they're like, "You've never," and I tell people like, "You've never seen," and then So, but it's like more obscure things. And everyone else tells me that about, I don't know. Maybe it's the contrarian in me too. It's like, you have to watch it. I'm like, fuck you, I don't have to watch it.
You're just a goth kid from South Park.
No, fuck you, I don't have to watch it.
Conformist.
I don't need to. Like, it's like I don't know, but.
No, but all I know about Game of Thrones is pretty much from South Park. I mean,
you same here with the wiener, floppy wiener. Yeah,
floppy. I don't need to see floppy wiener.
Floppy wiener.
I'll pass.
And I know like Game of Thrones just like has a bunch of good actors. I know Walking Dead has good actors and stuff too. And like
they're all British.
Yeah,
all the Walking Dead are British.
Even more.
They're taking our jobs.
And they're playing Americans. That's, fuck that.
And like South.
This is America, brother.
Like Southern Americans. Like
exactly. Like
Alabama. Yeah, exactly. Atlanta.
Yeah, very red states. Very red state people.
I mean, it's a great fucking show, but still, I mean, get on it.
If I watched the YouTube highlights of it, would it be just as good?
No.
Oh, damn it.
You're not gonna watch the 6-second trailer on Walking Dead.
Oh, no, not even that. There's like when you go on YouTube, best scenes, like Walking Dead season 6, best scenes.
What Scott Van Pelt gonna give you the highlights for Scott, all of?
He's not. He's not. But I'm just, you know what I'm talking about? You just watch the best scenes or whatever.
No, you gotta watch the whole thing. I mean, a lot of the episodes sometimes get a little boring, but that's what you gotta do. It's the stories that build. It's the episodes that build the story.
I guess.
I mean, come on.
I get it. Like, I get it.
I mean, come on. Get that. You get Rusev coming in WWE.
I know. I was gonna say it's like most of WWE,
and you're like, this dude sucks, and then he gets Rusev Day, and you're like, Rusev Day is fucking awesome.
Something like that. But you know what though is what I think too. correct me if I'm wrong, but from the outside looking in, with like The Walking Dead, this guy has this theory. Shout out to Dave Shoemaker and the Masked Man. He has this theory with wrestling where Raw and SmackDown have now just become vehicles to create the video package that goes into the main event fight or the main event match at the pay-per-views. So like before each
fucking
each fight,
totally.
So they do that, right? That's so like now that's all so they can make the video montage before it. He's like, that's what Raw and SmackDown have become, and then so that they can make those things, right? And
I just want to see a Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon
match,
TLC match.
Nice,
that's all I want to see.
No, and then so like that, and then shit, and then
oops,
yeah. And then other than and then even to like a lesser point, just for the YouTube clips, like they just script it out where it's like you can get this 4-minute YouTube clip that over 1 million people will watch, kind of thing, right? On each clip. So that's the theory he has with that. For The Walking Dead, when that guy broke that down, when the guy said that thing about how it's like the first episode's good, the last episode's good, and it's a bunch of bullshit in between, that kind of got me thinking like that. And it's like, I already get enough of that. Because it's like,
but that's,
I already get so
that's every TV show, though.
So most of them are good, in between.
Yeah, but you haven't watched any of the in between.
I know. I've seen some. Like I think it's like the episodes that people have told me to watch are the in between episodes, and so.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like.
So I'm like, fuck, man.
No,
like,
no.
We're going through another hospital and
no.
smashing zombies in the head. Like,
no.
How many times have
I
we
mean,
see this?
No, so think about it this way. I mean, someone hypes up a show. And you're like, all right, I'm fucking watching that show tonight because it's the first. It's this not even the season. The series premiere. Oh yeah. Yeah. Caught my attention now.
Uh-huh.
So it's a series premiere. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna watch it. You watch it, you go, oh, now I gotta kind of see, like Breaking Bad, the first 3 episodes, I was like, what the fuck's going on? This is boring. When is he gonna start being the drug kingpin?
Yeah.
Because, they hyped it up to be that. Like, they pretty much gave the whole plot right then and there. And then, you watch the first couple episodes and you go like, well, it's essentially every episode. You sit there and you go like, all right, that was good, but it needs to get better. Next episode's probably going to be better. It's you're chasing the dragon in the park.
Yeah.
You're never going to catch him. You just keep going for the next high.
Yeah.
And then they give you just enough on the season finale to be like, oh, now I got to wait 8 months.
Yeah.
And then you start fiending again, and then next thing they go like, here's your next dose, and it's the season 2 premiere.
Yeah. I get, like I said, I get the formula, but what I'm saying is like, I don't know, I guess I just don't fuck with the formula.
Well,
I understand the math, but like,
I mean, like if we're going back to WWE and shit, I mean, at least now WWE, they're actually doing fucking title shots.
Yeah.
In Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
They never did that
for a while.
They
did it for
never.
nothing. Yeah.
They're like, you're fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to WWE Network. I pay for it.
I may or may not. I'm not going to say. I may or may not.
Yeah, but I pay for it. But yeah, I mean,
that's up to you to guess.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's a moneymaker, but they have to keep them interested somehow.
Yeah.
They can't just keep having fucking people wrestle and it's like nothing's at stake.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously, you're going to sit there and obviously, fucking the modern day Maharaja fucking losing his title to AJ Styles on SmackDown the week before Survivor Series fucking threw a loop. I was like, that's bullshit. I didn't know that.
I thought that was, first of all, fire because fuck Jinder Mahal.
No, I need
and
to
then
see
that match.
I need to see the Traps Mahal, dude.
And you need to see Gyno Nipples Mahal. Well, I don't take steroids, but I have big puffy nipples that I used to not have. So.
Oh man! Back when he was in the fucking 3-member rock band.
Yeah, whatever. But
no.
I mean, like I said, I get the math, I get the formula, but I don't know. Like, so something like I watch it, I'm just like, then it I don't know. Maybe there's just some deeper psychological thing that I'm not in touch with.
Yeah, you're afraid to love.
No, that's the very opposite of that. I'm looking for love.
Oh.
So if you're out there looking for love too, hit me up.
He's pointing at something that's not there.
Story of my life. No, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really like. It's like every time I want to, I don't know. Because main thing for me is because like I know that I'm a very like like not a full on addictive personality, but like if I really like something, I'm going all in. Like, that's why like I'm all in on WWE.
Like The Walking Dead.
I'm all in. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but just me personally, and then so like if I really like it, I'm gonna go all in. I got all into Breaking Bad. Like I read up all this shit on
Who didn't
Vince
love
Gilligan.
Breaking Bad?
I know some people that don't. And then yeah,
Point them out.
So I can't tell you off the top of my
Point
head.
them out.
Remember, some people are like but then like same thing. Like see, I'm the person that you're talking about. I'm that person for Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and stuff. And like, you know, I always like because people always told me like, oh man, Lord of the Rings is so tight. You gotta watch Lord of the Rings, blah blah blah. Bro, I will watch Lord of the Rings. I'll fall asleep through that shit. Like, man, what is this, dude? Like, and it's not
all right.
And it's not even like on some nerd shit. Like people, like you don't like nerd shit because I fuck with nerd shit. Like, I was in the anime and all that shit. And,
and like, shout out Inuyasha.
Yeah, and all that stuff. And like Tenchi Muyo, all that stuff, man. Like, I was all into that. But like, so it's not like just like I'm against nerd shit because I like Star Wars and stuff too. But I don't know. I wish I knew. And I wish I did like it. I wish I did like it, cause I don't know, man. Like it's like part of me, like you said, wants to be a part of the water cooler conversation, and like I wish I could have these conversations, cause I like that's also just getting real psychoanalytical. That's part of why I like doing this. I like to have conversations with people, or I like to create. Because to me, when you create conversation, that's how you learn the most. You talk to somebody about something, whether you may or may not agree. That's why I want to ask you about it. Like, whether you may or may not agree on it, like with me, like liking The Walking Dead, you spark a discussion, you talk about it, and you have a regular conversation, not yelling like First Take and shit. Because even that's scripted and all kinds of weird shit.
Whoa. Are you on the side of my man Max Kellerman?
No, I just don't watch any of that stuff, dude. I fuck with Max Kellerman.
Oh, you better fuck with Max Kellerman.
I love Max Kellerman. I love Max Kellerman.
Especially when he gets that little herp on the side of his mouth every once in a while.
Okay, put it this way. For all you fuckers, all you haters out there and stuff. I was listening to ESPN radio the day Max Kellerman came to LA when he used to do Smoochie Con. You don't even know. People don't even know who Smoochie Con is. People don't even know who Smoochie Con is. I listened to Smoochie Con when he would call his New York people, and he had that guy do the fake Mel Kiper review about Bloomin' Onion and shit.
But back in the day, you and I, Kevin and Bean in the morning,
yeah.
ESPN radio,
yeah. Ralph Garman, like that's what I'm saying. Like we should all like I'm fucking that shit for real.
We were old men in the rig.
Yeah, I love Max Kellerman, and I get down with Stephen A. Smith. I know he's a good journalist. I get down with that shit, but I just don't fuck with that the platform. Same thing with First Take. I used to love Shannon Sharp, man. As a player, Thanet Thorpe, like, come on.
You beat me too.
Thanet Thorpe, like, I love Shannon Sharp. And Skip Bayless was a good journalist. If you're a journalism dork, you know that he was a good journalist when he was in Dallas. Everyone knows that. Or he was a good journalist. He was polarizing, but he was a good journalist at the end of the day.
He was polarizing because it doesn't matter what the fuck the Cowboys did.
Exactly,
he said it was the greatest move ever.
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing.
Cowboys got blown out by the Browns 42-0. He's like, the Cowboys are going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, and he would just say some crazy shit and just like, you know, it's just the whole thing with the loudest person in the room wins, you know, kind of thing.
Oh, man, you remember Numbers Don't Lie?
Numbers, yeah.
Never Lie?
Yeah,
Numbers Never Lie?
Yeah.
That was the fucking yelling match all the time,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. All this shit, man.
That was my favorite show, man. It's just a bunch of brothers yelling.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know. We're getting a little off topic, but
no, we're not.
I just don't really be.
There ain't no topic.
Yes, that is true, but I don't know, man. It's like I just wish I could get into it. I wish I could. I would.
All right.
I don't know. I gotta be like, maybe I gotta be like drunk or something.
You don't gotta be drunk, dude.
And just like, whoa, would put something in, like, just get. I don't know. I have to like. I don't even know.
All right.
I don't even know because I remember. Because, like, when I used to not be in it, because I, like, it worked, this thing worked for me. I used to not be on Breaking Bad either. And then enough people were telling me, watch Breaking Bad. And then finally I did. And I was like, yo, this shit is tight. And I remember when I was on the ambulance, I'd be like, we'd post up. I'm like, yo, I need to go somewhere with Wi-Fi so I can watch Breaking Bad on Netflix. Yeah. And I got hooked. Like I said, I get hooked. But, like, I don't know. Walking Dead's done it for me. I don't know. Maybe I gotta, maybe, like, 30 years later, I'll watch it. I don't know.
What is this? Some fucking I Love Lucy rerun?
I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
The Walking Dead.
It's like a who said it? Oh shit! It was on what was it? It was on one of Bill Simmons' podcasts. He said something was like stinky cheese. It's like when you're a kid or when you're younger, you don't like stinky, nasty cheese. But once you get older, you have a more adult palate, a more mature palate.
So you're saying
it's an acquired taste. You learn to like it.
So you're saying you're still a man child.
I'm saying I'm still a fucking dumbass. So a dumbass, a little ass. I don't know. Because if anyone knows me, you know I love the stinky ass cheese.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take over real quick, and we're going to play a game of fuck with or nah.
All right.
Obviously, Walking Dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Not yet. I don't fuck with it yet. I want to say yet. I don't fuck with it right now.
Fuck
but
with
I might,
it yet.
I might want to fuck with it. I don't know.
All right. Obviously, we know Game of Thrones.
Yeah, not really fucking with it. I fuck with the people in it, like Emilia Clarke.
Well, yeah, that's
Emilia Clarke, Jason Momoa. That if I could be one human, I'd be Jason Momoa.
That's all difference. All right. Marvel.
I fuck with Marvel, but
are you DC?
No, okay. Marvel has better superheroes. DC has better supervillains, other than Batman.
Okay,
so that's how I get
going
down.
deep dive.
Yeah, and that's because I used to nerd. I used to read all the Spider-Man comics and all that shit like back in the day.
Here we go. I already know. I think I already know your answer. Yeah. Old school rap or mumble rap?
I fuck with both, man.
You fuck with both?
I fuck with both.
Oh, how do you fuck with both?
I fuck with both. Okay, I fuck with both. I fuck with both because.
Come on.
Because listen, man, I'm like, look, people will fight to the death about all this shit, and because
old
listen,
school rap and mumble rap do not. There's no competition.
It's this. What is it? Free? What is it?
Oh, it's fucking old school.
Wow, of course you're gonna say
you
that.
Can't just.
Yeah. Hey man, it's Big Gucci, man. Big Gucci started it, and Big Gucci, man.
Man, come on.
Because the thing is, so look, like, yes, hip hop started as the whole thing was hip hop started as a counterculture form of expression that the black youth felt that they needed to get their story out, so they told their story through hip hop. They told their story through rhyme and over beats and all that stuff that they would make, and I get that. But at the same time, it's like the thing. People think it has to be A or B, but it can be both, because for every Grandmaster Flash with the message, for every, telling a story about where they came from and how rough it was growing up, broken glass everywhere, people pissing on this, for every, the message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, at the same time, there's also Sugar Hill Gang. That's just a song about people having fun. That's just a fun song that people get turned up to. So you can have both. So you can't, the thing was, at the time, they had the same discussion, saying hip hop is like, oh, like when they, all at the same, before it was just all one thing. But for every Public Enemy talking about fight the power, there was Big Daddy Kane just making some dance music that you can get down to. You know what I mean? There was MC Hammer. There was Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts. So it's like it's the same thing.
But do you?
What's that?
Do you?
Hell yeah, I like big butts. I like big butts. I like small butts. I don't discriminate.
You don't discriminate.
I don't discriminate. But like, it's the same thing now. People say this and that about, and then the same people who are saying and complaining about, oh, that's not rap, that's not music. What do you think that their parents said when they were growing up? That's not music, that's not whatever. They're the same. It's the same thing. They're the same people that they were.
So like, what about like, I'm gonna challenge my inner white guy. Like, what about Screamo, dude? Is that music or not?
Hell yeah, dude.
That's music. Yeah, Hawthorne Heights.
You're talking. Like, you're first. I always tell people, when they ask me questions about art, like, I'm the wrong person. If you're trying to get like mad at somebody about art, you're asking the wrong person.
Hey, I ain't trying to get mad, but
because to me, it's like, it's all about self-expression, and if expressing yourself is by,
wearing tight pants,
tight pants and piercing your lips, wearing all black,
cut your wrists and black your eyes,
and then I'm not down. Hey, shout out to Tommy Wiseau. You can love it, you can hate it. Express yourself, just don't hurt yourself. So I'm not out here promoting cutting yourself. I'm not out here promoting
this dude out here making drugs. Sure he covers all bases so no lawsuits happen.
I'm not out here promoting, cutting yourself, hurting yourself in any way.
No Pablo Francisco.
None of that stuff.
Cut my wrist. Cut my wrist.
Yeah, none of that stuff, man. But it's like with art, if that's your way of expressing yourself, man, like, do it. Like, I didn't, like, R.I.P. to Lil Peep. And I mentioned this before, like, I'm not down with fucking with drugs and all that stuff. Like,
that was gonna be my next question. He'll be like,
I don't fuck with the drug shit, but like,
Percocet or Xanax,
dude.
Which one you fuck
with?
None
of the above, man. Like,
damn,
because I saw what that shit did to a lot of my friends, man. That shit fucked a lot of my friends up. So I don't fuck with that stuff, and I see what it's doing to a lot of these people. And these people like,
but see that's my thing about the new age rappers. That's all they fucking rap about.
I know that's what I'm saying. And I'm like,
And
but like,
and these young guys, they all idolize them.
I fuck,
I'm not gonna lie. One time I had the flu, and
yeah, man, you get that shit. It feels good.
I had perp. I got the codeine cough syrup. And as a joke, I went up to my mom and I said, I need you to get 2 styrofoam cups.
Yeah.
I need Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah. Some Sprite.
And some Sprite. And I'm going to have some perp.
Yeah.
And she fought me forever.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to take this codeine cough syrup anyways because I'm actually sick.
Yeah.
Let me feel like a rapper.
Yeah.
And guess what? The next day, I had Jolly Ranchers, some Sprite, and I took a little sip and I passed out.
Yeah.
But that's the message they're sending out there.
Yeah.
I mean, just Percocet, Molly, Xanax, codeine.
That
I mean, that was my mumble rap that I was asking you. It was old school mumble.
Yeah, well,
because now the mumble, it don't mean nothing but just fucking big ass and do drugs and dudes out there idolizing it. It doesn't matter if it's a black, white, Asian, fucking Puerto Rican, purple, whatever. They fucking idolize that shit, and they're sitting there going like, well, if I don't got no fucking Percocet or I'm not selling Xanax, I'm not fucking making it out here.
Yeah, and then I'm not like I said, I'm not promoting drug shit.
I'm not promoting it either. That's why, fucking ridiculous.
But what I'm saying is, at the same time, it's not everybody. Like, not everybody's always doing that. Like Lil Pump or Lil Pump is like, you know, does he do that shit? Yeah. Is that shit dumb as fuck? Yes. But like, you know, that's his way of expressing himself. I, as an adult, talking to another person, I mean, he's still a kid, but like telling him,
obviously, like,
don't do drugs, man. Like, there's a lot of people who are fucking, what's it called? Like with Peep's death, like they're not like fuck, what is it? They're not like pandering but they're like making excuses for him, and I get that. And maybe he was like, people are depressed, and they deal with depression different. I talked about this in a previous episode. People get depressed and they deal with it different ways.
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is
stages of grieving.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't fuck with people. If you need to use, you know, Xanax, you need to use Percocets, or you need to use any kind of stuff to calm you down, by all means use it. Just don't abuse it.
No,
that's why.
So. But that's the thing is like, I'm fine with, you know, y'all want to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
Once every couple of months. But I'm talking about like y'all trying to turn up on a Monday just because a rapper said like, hey, I'm gonna be out here, and y'all turn up. I'm not with that. Obviously, are their beats catchy?
Yeah, hell
yeah.
And that's a separate note. I remember, I think I talked about this with somebody. I know I did. Producers need to get more credit. They're starting to get more and more, but they need to get more because, like Chris Rock said, if the beat's all night, she gonna dance all. If the beat's all right, she gonna dance all night. So,
hey, y'all probably gonna think I'm dumb for this, and y'all probably gonna fucking turn this podcast off instantly. One of my favorite songs ever is Molly Cyrus by Stitches.
Oh, Stitches, yeah.
Yo, that dude is insane.
Yeah,
straight dumb. That song is nothing about drugs, but it's hilarious. When I drink and I just want to party, I turn that song on. I'm not doing cocaine. I'm not sticking my thumb in no asses, but y'all got to hear that song.
And that's exactly why Lil Pump makes Gucci Gang, and that's why Migos makes it. Because it's just a song that you just put on when you want to turn up.
I know, but
and it does. Is it, you know?
But some guys idolize that.
That's what I'm saying. And that's not, and then at the end of the day, it becomes the consumer's responsibility to. At the end of the day,
see, that's when we get. Now we're going in the rabbit hole with the consumer.
Exactly. That's why I don't like going there.
Let's just brush that.
I don't like going. I don't like going there. I don't like going there with people. I don't like going there with people. But yeah, it is. You know, the responsibility. It's not like, you know. It's not like a direct song saying something like, you know, hey, you know, like what like smoke like, well, he does say smoke weed every day, but I'm not gonna get into the weed arguing either. But, you know. Pusha T, it's in his name. He's pushing coke, and here's what he did. He pushed coke. So,
I thought he was pushing tea, man.
Yeah, no. So
I don't know. I need some Earl Grey, some green tea.
Yeah, so he was pushing. You know, it's in his name. So
girls are in the matcha now.
So yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's an endless discussion. You can go on and on. But yeah,
whatever, dude.
You go on and on about all that stuff.
I go on and on.
But yeah, we're going way over the way I was longer than I thought. That's what she said. But yeah, man. I mean, I think about wraps it up. If I'll wrap it up, we can get to this. We can do this again later and talk about some more of this shit.
I'm down.
Bring it back up.
I'll be
talk about it some more.
More than happy to come back on.
Talk about it some more. But yeah, Jordan, again, thank you for doing this. Thank you for enlightening everybody. If you forgot for about, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, if you forgot, thank you again for what you did and what you and all the other firefighters did out there in the Creek Fire. And again, also shout out to everyone still working on the other fires out here in the Southern California area.
Yeah, still got a lot of guys out there on the Tom's Fire. Hoping that thing will be wrapped up soon, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm hoping, sending prayers and love out to everyone out there. Stay safe and just keep working your asses off, man.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, just again, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing this. And then also thanks for just like I said, shooting some shit, talking some shit. Because
thank you for being a friend.
Exactly. I don't know what that song is, but
I don't know either, but I just know that song. I know that line.
Thank you. And then you're on the gram and all that stuff. Let everybody know where they can find you. If you want to plug your social medias and stuff like that.
Nah.
So all you out there can follow a real American hero.
I'm private. I ain't no American hero. But I still got our picture from when we went on a hike as my profile picture, dog.
That was a long time ago.
The Wild Boys. That was like 4 years ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, no, but on the gram it's J_Cajiao. And that's pretty much the only social media platform I follow. I post maybe once every 7 months.
I'm about to say once every never.
Yeah, so like once every.
That's why I didn't even know you were going. I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know, maybe he's too new to whatever. But then again, so I was gonna ask or whatever, and then I saw you post that picture. I was like, damn, this fool finally posted.
Yeah, no, I post once every couple of months. I'm trying to post a little more, give you guys a little insight on my life. What I'm doing, checking out where the hot spots to eat at brunch.
Nice.
Maybe a lunch or two, a little homemade cooking.
Nice. That's pretty basic of you, my man.
Yeah, me chilling at home with my lady. Showing what we're binge watching, probably The Walking Dead.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so that's J_Cajiao. Y'all can add me and fucking not like any of my pictures because I don't post none. So it's up to y'all.
And then so make sure you follow Jordan. You can follow me at all the @ Brown Mama Radio, all that stuff. And then like I said, this was fun. I'm down to do it again. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, comment, all that other weird, YouTuber shit, all that weird stuff. I hate having to say that, but I just feel like such a fucking YouTuber dork when I say make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Well, where's the video feed at, man? I thought we're supposed to be pointing at the feed that you edited.
I'm working on changing it. Like I said, I'm working on changing the video format. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm working on it. I'm thinking in front of brainstorming. So stay tuned for that. And again, thanks, Jordan.
No problem, man. Thank you, brother.
All right, everybody, that's it for me this week. Thank you, like always. Thank you so much for listening, and however you're listening or watching or whatever you're doing, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and make sure you guys subscribe, follow along on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you guys just search Brown Mamba Radio. You'll find me. Make sure you guys, in order to keep listening and stuff like that, share the love, share the news, and all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe and follow along on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, and always make sure you check out brownmama.us. That's where everything is posted. All the links to or all the content that I have is on there. So yeah, like I said, that's it for me this week. I'll be back on Monday recapping the weekend and how our LA teams did and how my fantasy teams did. Like always, it is the fantasy playoffs now. Fantasy playoffs are officially started, at least for me. So hopefully I can figure out make some last minute changes and make sure I make it to the finals. And plus I'll be starting on my favorite stuff from this past year, music, TV, movies, fashion stuff. I hate saying that term fashion, but just my favorite sneakers, favorite clothes, favorite new brand and new stuff and all that stuff. So I'll be starting that next week. I was supposed to do this week, I know, a little bit of a curveball, but like I said, I'll be doing that, recapping all of that next week. And like I said at the beginning, hopefully you guys all have a great weekend. Like I said, a good, safe, responsible weekend. And like I said, good luck to all of you guys. in your fantasy football playoffs. Like I said, go have fun this weekend. Go see Star Wars. Listen to that new NERD. Enjoy Clash of Champions, all you wrestling fans. Please don't let Jinder Mahal win. We need AJ Styles as a champ going into WrestleMania, so when Shinsuke Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble, we get AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura like we all have been waiting for. And yeah, I'm going to send you guys off with a classic track that I really enjoy. This is Send You My Love by the Born Americans. Again, thank you all for listening. Appreciate it. And likewise, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
I send you my love with a dozen roses. Make sure that you knows it from the bottom of my heart.
We say,
I send you my love. Don't hold back the feelings. There's so many reasons why we shouldn't be apart.
we say, for all of y'all, though we're living in hell, come catch the vibes as BJ's excel. Found a musical selection with a slight rendition of a wonder it to make you all reminisce. Total bliss is what you're feeling, yeah, yeah. Dance all is just revealing, yeah, yeah. The very essence of life to make your whole future bright. I know Chris night across, but tonight and the night we just send me your love, baby, an undying love, sugar. Break the shackles from off my feet, and it goes a little something like this. Again, send me your love, baby, an undying love, lady. Break the shackles from off my feet, and it goes a little something like this.
Send you my love with a dozen roses. Make sure that you knows it from the bottom of my heart. I send you my love. Don't hold back the feelings. There's so many reasons why we should not be apart. La 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 la
They say the gal them nowadays, all them really want expensive jewelries and fancy cars. No done now, Karan in one Chris Benson down. Mr. Vanity are them perfect man, but hear the plan you get up.
Just say you love me, you're thinking of me, and you don't wanna go away.
So only if draw near and just hug me. Highly recommend it, that's why we just send it. So send me your love, lady, an undying love, sugar. Break the shackles from off my feet, and it goes a little something like this. Again, send me your love, baby, an undying love, lady. Break the shackles from off my feet, and it goes a little something like this.
Send you my love.